Silence refers to the absence of sound or noise. In the context of art and film, silence can be used as a tool to convey emotions and create a specific mood. In this video essay, I'm going to talk about the function of silence and analyze how it can contribute to the overall meaning of a film, with the focus on the movie 1917 and 4 other wartime films. The film 1917 is set during the First World War and follows 2 soldiers who are tasked with delivering a message that could potentially save the lives of thousands of their comrades. The film is shot in a way that gives the impression of being one continuous shot. This technique, along with the use of silence throughout the film, enhances the sense of realism and immerses the audience in the action, and makes them feel as though they are watching a documentary rather than a fictional story. In the film, silence serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by soldiers during the war and the human cost of war. The soldier's journey is filled with danger, uncertainty, and loss. And the silence reflects this, while making the audience feel the gravity of the situation, the weight of the lives lost, and the weight of the message they are carrying, and by extension, the weight of the war itself. Additionally, silence is used to emphasize the emotional experiences of the characters. In one scene, the main characters are crossing a battlefield and come across a group of dead soldiers. The scene is shot in silence, with only the sound of the wind and birds, which adds to the sense of desolation and the weight of the character's mission. Another way that silence is used in the film is to create a sense of tension and uneasiness. There are several scenes where the soldiers are sneaking through enemy's territory. The absence of sound is used to make the audience feel as though they are there with the soldiers. This creates a sense of anticipation and fear, as the audience is aware that the soldiers are in danger, but they don't know when or where an attack might come from. Silence is also used to create a sense of loneliness and isolation. The 2 soldiers, Schofield and Blake, are separated from each other, and the absence of dialogue in these scenes highlights their isolation and vulnerability. Now, similar to the film 1917, in the D-Day landing scene in the film Saving Private Ryan, the sound of gunfire and explosion are mixed with silence. This creates a sense of tension and danger, and immerses the audience in the action as though they have been there in the explosion. In the film The Deer Hunter, when the soldiers are forced to play Russian roulette in the POW camp, the scene is silent, except for the sound of the gun and the character's breath, which underscores the character's emotional state and emphasizes the psychological impact of war on the soldiers. The film The Thin Red Line, very similar to the film 1917, features long, quiet sequences that show the devastation of the battlefield and the aftermath of battles, emphasizing the horror and brutal reality of war. The film Platoon, like the previous example, also features long takes that shows the soldiers alone in the jungle with no sound except for the background noise of the jungle. Silence here creates a sense of isolation and desolation and emphasizes soldiers' feelings of loneliness and fear. Overall, silence can be used in war films to emphasize the weight of war by creating a contrast between the loud, chaotic sounds of battle and the quiet, contemplative moments that follow. This contrast can serve to underscore the gravity and seriousness of the events being portrayed and help to convey the emotional impact of war on the characters and the audience. Additionally, silence can be used to create tension and anticipation, as well as to highlight the isolation and loneliness that soldiers often experience during war.
Yet there's no sickness, toil, nor danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going